My name is Mike Rucker. I was drafted here, second-round draft pick, 1999. Retired in 2007, so I played 9 years, all with the Carolina Panthers. What I think it's going to take to win this ball game is going to be up in the trenches. Being a former defensive lineman, we feel like we are the foundation of the defense, as the offensive linemen are the foundation of the offense. So it's just kind of like a house. You build a house, you have to have a strong foundation. When things aren't going well, the storm comes. If your foundation is strong, it allows you to weather that storm. And so I think the defensive front got after Kaepernick the last game, and so I think we need to do that, and we need to establish a run game pretty early. I think that'll calm everybody's nerves down, especially Cam being this is his first playoff game, being a young guy. That's the easiest way to get your young guys calmed down is get that running game established.
My name is Eugene Robinson. I played here in 2000, played 16 years in the National Football League, and I currently do the broadcast with the Carolina Panthers with Mick Mixon and Jim Zoki. And I agree with you here. Let me give you a couple of those stats. 15%, we held them to 15% on third down in the first encounter. Wow. We 6 sacks on them boys. All right, I mean, that was coming off the edge, and that was Charles Johnson putting in that work coming off the edge. We ended up getting an interception in that game to seal the game by Drayton Florence. But from a defensive standpoint, it was a dominating performance. They didn't let Kaepernick get off the edge and get outside and all the stuff that you like to go ahead and do. That stuff was non-existent. He was bottled in. He had people in his space. He was getting his head busted legally. And that's what you want to do. And that started from the defensive line. I always believe this, that, Mark, it always comes out to the defensive line and offensive line. What them guys do in the trenches, it means everything. Because I don't care what your receiver looks like. I don't even care what your running back looks like. Everybody has a great receiver. Everybody has a great tight end. Everybody got a great running back. The difference is them cats who are up there clearing them holes.
My name is Mark Carrier. I played here the inaugural season from 95 to 98, and I still work with the Panthers as player director of player engagement. I'm listening to the two defensive guys, of course, so I'm going to go on the offense. I think the key is we have to make some big plays and stop the big plays from them. I just think that if we can contain Frank Gore, I think we will win the football game. I think if we force Kaepernick to throw the ball, I think we have a better chance to win. Frank Gore had this over 5 yards of carry last time we played him. I think we can contain Frank Gore and we make a couple of big plays downfield on offense, I think we win the football game. Because the defenses are great. We know that. I mean, it's going to be a battle defensively, back and forth, back and forth. As soon as somebody makes a big play in the passing game or a big run by D'Angelo or by Stu, whoever it is, I think it's going to set the tempo for the rest of the game. After that, you get a lead. Therefore, you can allow that defense to carry the rest of the game.
Rook, you did hear he said we got to stop Gore and stop Kaepernick. That's defense, right?
But
I'm just asking. I heard that clearly.
But I started off by saying that we have to make big plays in the passing game.
No, I agree. I think one of the big keys, because I think both teams are staring at themselves in the mirror. You got a running game on both sides. You got a good defense. I think the key might be the special teams. That might be the third phase. Does someone take a kick 40 yards to get the momentum going, or somebody take it to the house, or somebody blocks a kick or something? That could be the X factor in this game, since both offense and defense was.
And I dare not say that Ted Ginn might be the most.
That's what I thought too, dude.
On this game,
I think he's X factor
because his ability to stretch the field on passes, as well as in the return game, how he'll be able to take one little crease and he's gone.
Absolutely.
I think he might be probably the most important factor in this game.
Absolutely.
And let me double that. Yeah, you are an offensive guy. I said the same thing. I thought that the first game Ted Ginn was pressing, trying to show San Francisco up, trying to do extra stuff, and it never really materialized. I think if he lets the game come to him and picks his spots, punt return, kickoff return, to be special when you have to go down deep down the football field, and when it's a surprise, I think he becomes that X factor. I agree with you. I know he's an offensive guy, that the special teams plays a part. And this is a 3-point game. I don't think this is a blowout game. This is not no 45, 36. This is not that type of game. This is one of them boring games that you're going to go, man, who's going to get the edge? Who's going to get the edge? It's going to be one of those games. And I think it may come down to Graham Gano kicking the field goal.
Yeah, I agree.
Going back to Ted Ginn, we know what he can do in the special teams. On offense, trying to stretch that field vertically, kind of how Herm was talking about at the breakfast conference today. Those guys know his speed. They know his speed, and they know what he's capable of doing. So just him being out there in his home environment, that could be a plus.
Bust a man up.
What do you think we all predict the score to be?
That's hard to predict the score. I mean, the National Football League is just too fluid.
Right.
It's a close game. This is a defensive game. This is not an offensive game. This is a defensive game. 10-9 gave you a great example of two defenses that was busting heads and taking names. All right, so this is not going to be no 38-point game.
No.
I don't see that at all. This is a close game, and it's going to be decided, in my opinion, by a field goal.
And I don't think either team gets over 17 points. I just like Eugene said, I think it's going to be a defensive game where there's not a lot of touchdowns being made.
Can I give you a home stat? Home stat, we're like 12.8 of giving up 12.8 points per game here at home. On the road, 17.9 points per game on the road by San Fran. So by those numbers, if we have those numbers play out, that's going to be a close game. So we should win by what, 5 points?
You heard it here?
All right.
All right, guys, thanks.
There you go.
All right, come on now, when you speak to the auditorium, everybody have a short
We appreciate it.
Yes, sir.